Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to speak on Meridian Energy, Mr. Chairman, because Meridian is a very high-performing state-owned enterprise. I've always been impressed with the people that I've dealt with at that organisation, with the work they do, their commitment and their professionalism. Meridian is the largest state-owned electricity generator in New Zealand. In total generation capacity is 2,600 megawatts, and they produce on average 30% of electricity in New Zealand. They have over 180,000 customers, and indeed, well, because I work with them. Meridian takes its responsibilities to New Zealand and the environment very seriously. They own, operate and generate electricity from hydro stations on the Waitaki River in the South Island and at Lake Manapuri in Fiordland National Park. They're also an experienced developer of renewable energy projects. Indeed, Mr. Chairman, they're the largest producer of renewable energy in New Zealand. They're to be commended for their professional response to the changes in the electricity bill, which will see them continuing as the predominant renewable energy generator with concomitant responsibility in price path setting. So it's in my handwriting. Meridian's approach to long-term development is that it's committed to meeting its share of the growing electricity demands of New Zealanders. I believe they're well in line to achieve this. But let's just turn, Mr. Speaker, let's just turn to some of the comments that came from David Cunliffe, where has he been for 9 years? And indeed, where has Mr. Mallard been? The government's position on public assets is clear and is unchanged. The National-led government has made a very firm commitment to New Zealanders that there will be no asset sales in this term of office, and that if that policy changes, that will be clearly signalled and campaigned on for the 2011 election. What is it that Labor does not understand about that? Shareholding ministers have not asked for any work to be undertaken in this area. No, they haven't. At this point, anything beyond, here we go, is pure speculation. And then Mr. Cunliffe also spoke about pricing. He spoke about pricing. Well, Mr. Gough had 9 years to implement his plan for dividends to be used to reduce power prices. What happened between 2000 and 2008? What happened when they were on this side of the House? The increases occurred about 66% across the board, and the Crown took $3.5 billion in dividends. I can remember previously watching a Minister of Electricity with a wink, wink, nudge, nudge, saying, gosh, the lakes are going down in the South Island. My goodness me, the prices will soon be going up. Pricing is an operational matter for state-owned enterprises to respond to. The dividends paid by SOEs have no impact on the prices they charge their customers. Rubbish. SOEs set their... Well, which comes first? SOEs set their prices to try and achieve a commercial return from their business. This is in keeping with the SOE Act, which requires them to operate as a successful business and be as profitable and as efficient as possible. The government's job as shareholders of state-owned enterprises is to monitor their performance and get them working efficiently for the benefit of taxpayers. Every dollar of profit earned by an SOE increases the Crown's operating balance. And we're working on initiatives to improve financial performance, including improved commercial expertise of boards, setting clear expectations around performance, including financial performance, and holding boards accountable for achieving these. These are good, solid business practices. These are things that governments do. This is what the Labor government should have done, chose not to do, missed its opportunity, and is now being critical of the National-led government for doing what should have been done while they were in power. Mr. Chairman, let's have a look at the purposes of generation in the South Island. If we look at the upper half of the South Island, from North Canterbury, Marlborough, Nelson, Tasman and the West Coast, that region only produces 23% of the power that it uses. Only 23% of the power that it uses. there is a lack of South Island generation. Electricity demand in the South Island has grown significantly more than new generation developments. That has to change, Mr. Chairman.